Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to another live stream. Today we're trying something a little bit different. We are actually going to do one of the first podcasts, and we are joined by Satin. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
How's it going, guys? Satin Jays here with 2SSJs Gaming. How's it going, bro?
Doing good. It's been a day. I worked a long shift today.
Yeah, I feel that.
Alright, so what are we gonna
But
dive into today?
yeah, what are we diving into?
I think we might do something about contradictions in this world.
Yeah.
I'll let you start on that because I yeah, I'll let you take the lead on that.
Yeah, I've got some stories for you on that one, my guy.
All right, go ahead.
Well, I'll start off with this actually does relate to work. So have you ever had a boss that said like so you got multiple different bosses, right, of
Mhm.
varying different levels, right? But they tell you to do one thing, right, and then proceed to ask you why you're doing what they told you to do instead of doing what your actual job description is, if that makes sense.
Right.
Has
Yeah, I've
has that ever happened to you?
I've had that. I've had a lot of jobs, a lot of retail jobs specifically, and I definitely understand that. Um, so yeah, I mean, when someone's trying to have you do something that's not your job description, I mean, I completely understand that. That's like the point where you want to say, like, hey, like that's not my job, but then you know that if you do, you'll get in trouble or written up or maybe fired for that.
Yeah, because here's the thing: I've already got six rips already,
Six?
and I've only been there for I've only been there for like what, 3 months, give or take.
Man, how many
Yeah,
how many to get fired there though?
three.
Oh,
And you're wondering how do I have six? I have no idea.
I don't know, because I would think that that would show them in the system, like, hey, you can't be here anymore.
Hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, it like I said, it's very contradicting when it's like so my job at that place is loss prevention, security, right?
Right.
Mind you, I'm only getting paid to do that job, okay? And now I'm being told that I have to do produce, I have to do courtesy clerk, I have to do cashier, I have to do pickup, I have to do grocery, right? And then it's like you want me to do everybody else's job, but then proceed to you know, not compensate me enough for um for that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you should be making more money if you're doing other people's jobs. I
Hmm.
mean, for me, in my personal experience, I was part of the management staff at Casey's, and I was ending up at the beginning of it, everyone was doing their jobs, but then I started taking on the load of other people, and that sucked. It's one of the reasons that I left there is because I was just given everything, and then everyone was saying that I wasn't doing my job. And I was
Yeah,
like, no,
exactly.
I'm doing my job. I'm doing double my job.
Like I'm doing the job of like 6 7 people at once, and yet I'm only getting paid to do one person's job.
Yeah, that's not good. I
Hmm.
mean, because you need a raise for that if you're doing other people's
I
job.
know, but yeah, and like I said, like the contradicting part is they come they basically come at me giving me ribs for like, oh, why are you doing produce's job, why are you doing courtesy clerk's job? Well, it's because you told me to.
Yep.
And then
Yeah,
they say
that
I have a problem with authority.
they really said that?
Hmm.
Man,
And they said that if I have a problem with authority, I can they can just go ahead and
in term you?
fire, terminate me, like fire me, and then hire someone else to replace me.
Oh, man.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some experiences like that. I mean, when I worked for the TSA in Denver, that was a situation where someone didn't like me. Like they were like a trainer, and
Oh yeah.
I was being retrained because of a security incident that happened, and that trainer didn't like me, so they made sure I got fired. Like they were out to get me, so that sucked. But with me
Yeah,
being
no,
in Colorado, I
I
had
know
to
how
move
that feels.
back after that.
Hmm.
Have you ever had a management walk over you in a sense?
Elaborate. What do you mean walk over me?
Well, I mean just I don't know, cause like for me personally at Casey's, like the main manager, the store manager, like they didn't care enough to stand up for me, so they let the other managers just kind of like talk shit on me and um,
Oh,
bring me down and
oh,
put a bad word in for me.
yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, it's not cool when people do that.
It really isn't, but I mean, what else can you do, really?
Yeah, it sucked.
It does.
What other contradictory topic do you think we might talk about? 'Cause I know that we spoke about
Um,
retail.
yeah, retail's a big one. For instance, like in just like normal day-to-day life, like people will tell you like, oh, like for instance, we're both, I would say we're both car guys, right? It's safe
Yeah,
to
yeah. I mean, I
assume,
didn't
right?
become a car guy until I bought that car, but then after that, yeah,
But you get what I'm saying, though, right?
yeah, I do.
So when I had my old car, right?
Right,
People are saying, "Oh, you need to get into a real car. You need to get into a man's car. Blah blah. Blah. You need to get a V8. Blah blah." Right?
right.
The moment I do, they're like, "Oh, why don't you get an economy car like a Honda Civic or something?" I'm like, "I had a economy car,
Yep.
and now y'all are saying to get back into one."
Yeah. I mean, my previous car was a Subaru Impreza, and that car was pretty slow. Um, four cylinder, NA.
Still more powerful than my old car though.
How much did you make?
My old car was 150 horse
That's not. That's
for the
less.
crank.
That's more than my Impreza. My Impreza made 148.
No, that's 150 to the crank. Well, technically 147,
This is
but
to
I just
the.
rounded it.
This is to the crank too. It was slow, dude. I would
No,
floor it
I
just to get
rounded.
anywhere.
That this is a car guy thing. You like if it's like 147, like you round it to 150, but it's like still 147 to the crank.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, thank you,
mine is
Undead, for
slow.
joining the stream. Glad you could make it.
Hey, how's
Uh,
it going?
he says best word to describe contradictions: hypocrites.
Yep,
Hmm.
100%. I do not disagree.
I think we should see what the chat would like us to talk about too. Like, do you have any ideas,
Yeah.
Undead, of what we should talk about? Contradictions or hypocritical things, I suppose. I believe in this case they're kind of interchangeable. Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
another
vibe
thing
right
about
here.
hypocrites. I've got one for hypocrites.
What's that?
My ex fiance.
Touche. Yeah, I mean, if you wanna elaborate on that, welcome to.
Oh, you want me to?
It's up to you. The floor is yours.
Okay. Well, it's because so the hypocritical thing that my ex fiance did was her saying that I'm, like so rude, abusive, blah blah blah, this and that, like mentally abusive. I'm like, I don't understand how, you know. And
Right.
whenever I did, like anything I did for her was not clearly good enough. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, um, let's see. I She says that I don't make enough money, but yet she goes and spends all my money. If that makes sense.
Well, that's where your money's going, dude. She's spending all of it. Man, that
I know,
sucks.
and then
Like,
she says, "Well, just make more money. How about you spend your own money instead of spending my money?
right? You're like,
Maybe
I
then I
could
will
have
have some
had
money."
money if you didn't take all my money.
Exactly. Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. Like that sucks, man. Like, cause we work for money, and especially like you. Like
Yeah.
I'm familiar with the job that you work, and that can be hard sometimes, and you
Like,
work hard for your money.
doing security is not my only job, though. You know that, right? Doing security is not my only job.
At that place, or do you work somewhere else too?
Well, so I do mechanic work on my own time, like as my own private business, fixing cars and such.
Right?
Um, and if need be, I will do some like home renovations and such, troubleshooting like the home appliances and things like that.
Okay.
Hmm.
You got some
And then I
extra
also
money
do
there.
YouTube as well. Yeah, I
Oh yeah.
also do YouTube as well. So
Looks like Undead said, "Your money is her money, and her money is her money." So all the money is her money,
I hate that.
apparently.
I hate that. I hate that. I really do.
Yeah, it unfortunately is the way things go sometimes. But it sucks because, if you work for money and then it's taken from you and you worked hard for it, then yeah, it's not good. It's wrong. Like in my opinion, I don't think that should happen.
Right.
So
I mean,
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
go ahead. You were saying?
That's like I was saying. I was gonna dive into, um, so it also leads into you as well, technically. When was the last time you were in a relationship? How long ago was that?
Be about 3 months ago.
3 months ago?
Yes.
Okay. Last time I was in a relationship was 3 years ago.
It's a very long time.
Hmm. 3 years ago was my last relationship.
And
So you can probably imagine how things have turned out for me.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's a long time to be by yourself, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. Like I'm not too worried about it. Like another thing was my last ex-girlfriend. She said that she hates cheating, right?
Right?
Oh, that's another thing that my ex-fiance did. She said that she hates cheating, but then she cheated on me when I was away, when I was, all the way in California. Um, but my ex-girlfriend, the last one that I dated, right, told me that she was single, she's divorced, and she hates cheaters. She doesn't like cheaters, right?
Right?
I was the affair. You remember that?
Yep. Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's
So
pretty annoying on that.
my life is full of contradictions and hypocrites.
So, what would you say is an experience that was probably the most hypocritical moment that you've experienced?
For me,
Yes.
the most hypocritical moment that I've actually really had, I would probably say, um, would probably be people saying that I can't do something, but then I go ahead and prove them wrong. I mean, it's not really contradictory or like hypocritical, but it's more so of like you know, them saying, "Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that," but then go ahead and go around and like turn around and do it or whatever.
Right? Prove them wrong.
Not necessarily me specifically, but like let's say they tell you like, okay, so I have this coworker who tells me, "Hey, you need to stop smoking, blah blah blah. It's bad for you," right?
Right?
2 seconds later, it goes out and smokes.
Really?
Not
Wow.
me, the coworker. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's like, hey, it's bad for you. I'll go do it myself and show you it's bad for you.
Exactly. That's hypocritical. Like it's like why tell somebody to quit doing something if you're not gonna quit yourself?
Yeah, that's definitely not a good look for them at all.
Exactly.
Undead says belittling. He said
Belittling.
belittling.
Yeah.
I personally have experienced a lot of that. Through my schooling, like I was really bullied a lot, but like I didn't really understand it because like for those of you that don't know that are watching the stream right now, like I have Asperger's, so like I'm on the higher functioning autism spectrum. So I didn't understand that when I was younger. It took me a while to really like grasp like what was going on. It took me years to like figure it all out. And even to this day, there are still some things that I struggle with, but um, yeah, like autism definitely played a role in my life with me not understanding
Mhm.
that people were being mean to me.
Right. Like you said you were bullied back in school, right?
Right? Yeah.
So was I. You know for what reason?
What reason?
I was the weird quiet kid, right? While everybody was driving like sports cars, nice cars, you know, like Mercedes, like new gen Mustangs and stuff like that, right?
Right?
Um, you know, they were driving like nice ass expensive cars, right? Because their parents bought it for them.
Yeah, they got the
But
easy ticket,
then,
huh?
yeah, but then I'm the one that, ended up turning around and having to buy my own car myself. My first car was $16,000. $16,000 for my first car.
It was pretty pricey for a first car.
Hmm. But it was a good car, treated me well. And then my second car, 20,000.
Damn. What car are you on now?
It's the Camaro.
Is that the second one? That's the second one?
Hmm.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
one that you see is my second car. The first car you never got to see because that had been wrecked a year ago. Because a kid had rear-ended me.
oh, okay. Well, my first
Oh,
car, like this is my third car, by the way.
yeah, I heard.
But my first car was a 95, 98 Oldsmobile, a hand-me-down from my great grandpa. So I had
Was it a
that.
Cutlass?
Was it what?
Was it a Cutlass?
I don't believe so. Um, but after that, like
Oldsmobile Alero, maybe? I don't know.
it was
Was it
like
more bubbly or more old school?
oh, it was old school. I mean, 95, built in 95.
That's bubbly. That's probably like an Alero or something.
I'm not too sure, honestly. I mean, I drove that car through high school, and then after that, when I went to college, I got a Subaru Impreza, and that was a reliable car for a while. But then I was like, hey, this thing's too slow. I gotta get something else, so I got the 370Z.
Right.
But yeah, Undead says daddy's money for the comment you made about the people with the nice cars. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't understand what that lifestyle is like because that wasn't my life. So it's kind of hard for me to
I mean,
understand,
neither was mine.
right?
Like, I have been working for, what, almost 10 years now?
Here's yeah, wow.
Hmm. Yeah, so I've been working for almost 10 years now, and everything that I have I bought
Well, that's good because
for the most
it
part.
gives you pride in that, you know? You get pride in the
Mhm.
things you buy.
Yeah. Another thing that I had remembered when it comes to like a contradictory or whatever, right?
Right?
Is whenever, or not really like contradictory. Hmm, Let me think. It's I had it there and then it's gone. I
Oh, that's fine.
I don't know.
Yeah, contradictory. There's a lot of contradictions in this world, man. Like,
Mhm.
especially like I don't know if we want to bring politics into this, but there's a lot of stuff with
Oh,
that.
I'm not
There's a
political at
lot of
all.
that. I mean, I'm
That's a
not
big
either, but
thing
I
and
know that
how
that's a
they
lot.
no, no, I'm saying like on my channel, it's really well known that I'm not political at all.
Oh, okay. Well, I think Undead, do you have any ideas in the chat? Anything we should talk about as far as controversial things in the world?
You cut out for a second. What did you say?
Controversial things in the world. I'm asking the chat if
Oh,
Undead wants to mention any topics he might have. And also, those of you that are watching right now, I apologize if the frames are dropping here and there. Um, I'm still trying to figure that out and what's going on with that because I fixed my laptop, so there's no issues with temperature, so I'm not exactly sure why it's dropping frames. But we'll figure it out.
mm,
But it's a jam. Hopefully, Undead and anyone else who's watching right now, hopefully you like the music. Does it sound okay? The leveling of things, does it sound okay, Undead? Why am I being soloed out? I
maybe
mean,
it's because
you're
you're
the
the
only one
only
in the
one in
stream right now.
chat.
Yeah, like
Undead.
we need more people in the chat, man. Just invite your friends into the chat.
Uh-oh.
I wonder if I could do like a Google search of like controversial topics. Just like a chat GPT of that. Or like contradictory topics. I keep wanting to say controversial because like that's like the thing in the news now. Everyone's always talking about that.
Right.
All right. What friends? Undead says he doesn't have any friends. Man, you got friends. Come on.
Hey. You want to talk about people who don't have friends? Look at me. I work all the time. I don't get to hang out.
Yeah, he works a lot. Like I don't know how he lives a life around that.
I mean, trust me, I make it work somehow, some way.
Contradictory. I can't type at all.
Oh,
Contradictory.
oh, oh! My ex fiance called me
Oh, really?
earlier. Yes.
That's odd. Like, how long has it been since she tried to talk to you?
Oh, she shows up to my work all the time.
Oh, that thing. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um. So she tried to call you?
Like, yeah, but I was too busy.
Yeah. Well, that's I mean, that's good. I guess that you're too busy to talk to her, right? Because you don't really want to talk
Considering
to
that
her.
I have her, no, it's considering that I have her blocked on everything.
Hmm.
Somehow, some way, she finds a way to communicate. Somehow.
Well, you didn't tell her where you work, right?
No, that's
Hmm.
the other thing though. I didn't tell anybody where I work, and yet somehow, some way, she just shows up there out of the blue.
Wow. Did she like try to talk to you when she was there?
She does this thing where she dances on the line of like borderline illegal, borderline not illegal.
I see. Hmm. So, how did that make you feel when that happened, when she showed up for the first time?
Very, very uncomfortable.
Kind of comfortable,
I
yeah.
can say that much.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I could understand that completely. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, that. So like, when you go into work now, do you have like your eyes out, like kind of like scanning to see like if she might show up, or like do you just kind of like do your day and then if she shows up, then you deal with it then, or like are you paranoid? I guess.
I'm not really paranoid. I just stopped caring at that point. I'm like, if she does end up doing something, like maybe it's the day I die. I don't know.
Okay.
But no, it's more so of like if she does something stupid, like you know, that's just the little piece, that's the little push that I need from her to actually get a, uh, what's it called again, a PFA or whatever.
PFA, yeah. Huh. I'm
So,
looking at some ideas here.
mhm.
I mean, there's one that we could talk about. I mean, this right here. This is a big one here. Freedom versus security. You want the government, privacy on our mobile devices and all technology. Um, I don't know if you
Are you
want
talking about like
to.
freedom as like they have the freedom to like look at our stuff, or
Right, right, yeah, things like that. Because it's more controversial. Because I know that you wanted to talk about contradictory, but I mean, there's contradictions in that. But controversial, I
Mhm.
think, would bring us to into a bigger conversation.
Yeah. No, my question was like, are you saying like freedom as in like they have the freedom to look at our stuff, or like freedom as in like they're not allowed to, like we're free to have our own privacy or whatever.
Well, I'm saying like the Edward Snowden effect, basically, if you know who that is.
No, like I said, I'm not political. I don't deal with all that
Well,
political
Edward Snowden,
nonsense.
he was a analyst for the NSA, and this is a true story. He found out that the government was spying on us using our mobile phones and computers. They had no restriction; they could
Hmm.
literally watch you um, as you're, changing clothes, getting ready for the day, showering, whatever,
Okay, that's weird.
wherever the camera's at, right? So,
That's weird.
so he found out about that. He didn't like that, so he put it on a micro SD card. He snuck it out of the NSA in a Rubik's cube, and he gave it to a journalist. And he met with the journalist in, I believe, Russia, but it might have been China. I think now that I think
Mm.
about it, I think it might have been China. So he met with the journalist. It was a very dangerous thing to do, but then Russia gave him asylum, and that's where he lives to this day. But he
Hmm.
exposed the government secrets for doing that, and Barack Obama actually publicly did an announcement about that, about him. And
Okay.
the United States considers him a person that has committed treason, so he's not allowed back in the U.S.
Right.
But that is something that happened, and ever since that was revealed publicly, the government has been held to a standard by the people about privacy, and that's why you see all these privacy things even to this day.
That's Speaking of which, I know I said I'm not political, but this is the one time I actually will. Okay. So, you know my past, right? You know how
Right?
I'm former military, blah blah, this and that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, one of my civilian buddies said that oh, if the government tells you to, go shoot and kill the Mexicans or whatever, like, that are protesting or whatever, I'm like, there's a certain point where I will follow orders, but, but, right?
Right.
I will not follow stupidity, if
Right.
that makes sense.
Yeah. I
So
mean, you got
if
morals,
like they
man.
give the order to detain like a peaceful protest, like nobody's doing anything wrong, blah blah, this and that, right?
Right.
And then chain of command is saying like, oh, they're doing X, Y, and Z, but they're not. They're just doing it to disperse people to keep it hush. I'm not gonna do that. Matter of fact, I would actually stand with the people,
You same with the people?
not.
Okay.
I would stand with the people on that one. I would not. I would not stand with the government on that one.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta stand up for your morals and ethics at that point, because there has been quite a few things that the government has asked people to do that were not okay. I don't know if you're familiar with the Bikini Atoll nuclear explosion test that we did, but the United States, back when they were lighting off explosions, nuclear bombs for testing, um, Castle Bravo did the most damage, but the explosions there, they didn't tell the people, the local people, that they were lighting them off, like what would happen to them. So a lot of them died from the radiation. But we had U.S. Army soldiers go in and clean up the radioactive mess that we left, and they
Oh,
were
the
not.
waste.
Yeah, they were not told. Yeah, they were not told about that waste and what it would do to them. So we sent people there, a lot of people there, to clean that up. But currently there is a sealed cap, basically, if you want to call it that. It's like a cement round um, concrete, like
Oh yeah,
it's on top
kind
of
of
the
like a
waste.
manhole cover, kind of
Yeah,
like mound. Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
it's like that, but it's not sealed on the bottom. So the bottom is leaking radiation into the ocean. So over time, all that radiation is going to leak out.
But
So
that's the thing that I don't follow with is the stupidity. Like they believe that oh, it's not gonna be that bad, blah blah, this and that. I'm like, no, radiation has a half life. Like each it will never completely dissipate to where it's zero. It will just mitigate down to a certain point to where it's safe to handle. Like it's not
right,
going to be as high of a radiation. Like it's going to be very minuscule, but it's still dangerous to handle to a certain degree.
right. I mean, I have a piece of trinitite in my house right now. The trinitite
A
is
piece of what?
a trinitite. So trinitite is it's a rock that is from the first nuclear bomb explosion that was ever tested,
Hmm.
and it's the only explosion that ever left this glass-like material on the rock, um, and
Oh,
that was the only time that ever happened. So I have a piece of that from the first nuclear test that was ever done. So I have a piece of that with an authenticity slip on it that shows that it's real and still radioactive. So I have that
is it
in my
sealed?
house. It is, yes. It's in a little small container, but it's still
Okay.
radioactive. But it's not to dangerous levels. But I wouldn't handle it with my hands. Um,
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
they tell you to wash your
That's what I
hands,
was
but
gonna say.
I don't mess with it. I don't see a reason to take it out anyways, so I leave it in there.
Mhm. Yeah.
But there was a lot of things that happened with that. A lot of people at the time, I think for like about 20 years, maybe 15 years after that test was done, people were going there to the site to collect rocks from that explosion. And then the government made it illegal. And so when they made it illegal, people can't do that anymore because if you're caught with taking rocks from there, then you can get fined and maybe even like a jail sentence, I think. I'm not sure. But it's that
Mm.
serious because it's radioactive and they don't want people messing with the government site. Um, but eventually, one day, I want
Yeah.
to go there and check it out, see what that site's all about. But
I'm
yeah,
down.
nuclear technology, nuclear explosions, like that's like awesome to me. Like I like that kind of stuff.
Well, it's
Nuclear
not even that
technology.
aspect of it for me. It's more so of like exploring abandoned places. Like I've seen Exploring with Josh on
Oh yeah,
YouTube a lot.
yeah,
Like I
yeah,
watch him a lot, and just going to abandoned places and seeing like the history, the structure, everything being the way that it was when it was left, like it just fascinates me.
yeah. That's definitely something I'm into as well. Exploring new
Hmm.
places has always been kind of my thing. I mean, when I
Yeah.
was in Colorado, I would try to find places to explore there too. Go to the mountains all the time. It was awesome.
Mhm. I would, but with finan- finances right now, and especially my car not being exactly the best for travel
Right?
long
Did you
distance.
did you get your AC fixed?
No, it's not fixed.
Oh, not fixed yet. Oh, no.
No, and it was so hot when I went to my appointment today. It was so hot. I could not.
My AC gave out. That sucks.
Yeah, I wish. I wish I didn't. I wish I had AC.
It's a luxury for sure.
It is.
Let's see here. What do you think about? There's a topic here that says we might be able to kind of touch on people that are famous and like versus their privacy. Like thoughts on that. Like if you're like a famous, we'll just switch it up and not. We won't do like the famous movie stars and all that kind of stuff, but let's just like the streamers, like the big YouTubers.
Like Kai Cenat.
Like what?
Kai Cenat. Or like
Yeah.
my friend Emeru.
Yeah. I mean, like, what are your thoughts on that? Because a lot of them, they want to live normal lives too, but once they get to a certain point, then everyone is always asking for like shout outs or like trying to be part of their stuff. And so from
I know I'm name dropping them quite a bit, but at the same time, it's like I'm not using their name as like recognition. It's just like as an example.
Okay.
But you get what I'm going at.
Yeah. So for me personally, when it comes to that, like I wonder at a certain point, once you get to a certain following, you would have people reaching out to you all the time. So then you have to really be careful about what you pursue, especially with sponsorships and things like that. A lot of people aren't really looking for your best interest. So
You gotta look out for yourself.
yeah.
That's basically all you really gotta do.
When it comes to their privacy, though, like say that it's someone who is a large YouTuber that lives in your town, then like their privacy, like if you know them and you're like close to them, and like what are your thoughts on that? Because like when it comes to their privacy, they want to live a normal life outside of doing live streaming content or YouTube content in general. Like they want to live a normal life outside of that. So what are your thoughts on that privacy on that?
Like if it's my friend, right, and let's say they live here in the same town and they're like this big streamer, big YouTuber or whatever, and they have like millions of followers, I would not treat them any different than I did before I knew. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the thing though. But that's just me personally. I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I don't think that I would treat them any differently. I'd be interested in learning how they got to where they are. I'd be down to learn how they achieved that.
For me, it's not even that though. It's not even that for me though. It's more so of like like, oh hey, like you want to grab a drink, we can go grab a drink, or if you don't want to be out in public, you just want to stay home, we can, I'll bring a bottle,
Right.
We just hang out like the good old days.
So like if someone you knew that was close to you that got famous in that way, then nothing would really change for you then. You still see them as
No.
Okay.
My friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Because I know for some people, fame can really change a person.
Oh, it can.
Especially
if you win the lottery too.
Huh?
If you win the lottery too.
It's like the saying goes, if I win the lottery, it will show. Is that how the saying goes? I think so.
I haven't heard that saying, so I'm not too sure.
It's like, if I win the lottery, nobody will know, but there will be signs or something like that.
What do you think about this topic? There's a topic I do here. Basically, it's like preaching honesty while telling, quote, necessary lies. So saying that everyone should be honest, but then you're lying about things at the same time too.
Oh, I am brutally honest. I do not care. I
Yeah.
am brutally honest.
So you
Yeah,
wouldn't tell like a white lie.
swear to God. No, I'm brutally
Okay.
honest.
Okay. Like for me, like I
I've
would.
even been told. I've even
I'm
been
not
told
as
by
harsh.
like some coworkers and stuff that I am too honest. Sometimes I need to tell a little white lie because it will hurt some people's feelings.
Right. Yeah, I mean the white lies, in a certain time and place, they're okay, I would say, but
Mhm.
I wouldn't get in the habit of lying though, because I personally I don't like people that lie, but I do understand that in certain circumstances, as you mentioned, to not hurt someone's feelings, it might be necessary to say something like that, like a white lie.
Right.
Yeah, I think, yeah, like honesty is important in my opinion.
I don't disagree. However, um, I don't like like I know that in today's society people are pretty sensitive,
Oh yeah.
but if they're gonna be sensitive about it, I just leave them be. Like they go do their thing, I go do my thing. You know, if they don't like how honest I am, they can kick rocks. Like they don't have to hang around me just because I'm brutally honest.
Right. Well, sometimes people need that brutal honesty to really get a
Hmm.
reality check sometimes.
Hmm.
So if you're very blunt
Like
like that, then a lot of people will
yeah,
benefit from that if they see it in the right way.
I don't think there really is a right way for bluntness, is there?
Well, I mean,
Is there such thing as too blunt?
if they see it in the right way is what I'm saying. If they understand your intent, a lot of people may not. So that's why it makes it kind of hard.
I guess. But back to the like fame can really change a person thing
Yeah,
is
it
the
can.
fact that I know somebody and the fame has really changed them
Is
for
it
sure.
the one that you spoke of?
What do you mean?
The the one that you just recently talked about, the famous one that was like she grew fame. You went to like school with her, right?
No, not her, not her,
Oh,
not her.
different
No,
one.
she's still been humble as she was back in the day. Trust me. She does not flaunt her fame, fortune, whatever. She does not flaunt that stuff. The one that I'm talking about, I went to high school with him, okay?
Oh, okay.
And one TikTok that he did, okay? Technically, it was one that I recorded, but it was on his account, okay? And this was before my best friend had passed, and it was a TikTok that I had recorded for him, directed for him, right? Basically telling them where to stand, where to be, this and that, X, Y, and Z. The lighting I did, the props, everything, right? All the way
Right.
down to the audio clip that they put on there. Like how like on TikTok you can like choose audio clips to, like overlay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I did the audio clip overlay. I did the caption. I did the directing, the lighting, the props, everything, directing everything. Okay,
Okay.
but yet he's saying, "Oh, it was his idea, and he just dreamt of it one day and just decided to shoot it." I'm like, "Uh-huh, sure."
He stole your idea.
And that video is
Man.
what made him go viral, and that's what made him famous.
Really? So he took your idea and it made him famous.
Hmm. Hmm.
Wow.
And then he's changed completely since then. He's been, you know, posting a lot more, pranks and stuff, but nothing like I used to do for him. Okay,
Man.
but he would be going to like all these like different parties, different events. doing pranks, traveling around, you know, the X, Y, and Z, right?
Yeah.
But yet all his comments are saying that his videos are getting repetitive because it's the same thing over and over again.
So once he gets onto an idea, he just kind of stuck with it. It didn't change it
Yep.
up. See.
Yep. Instead of listening to me from, you know, back when I was doing it with him, you know, like directing, because I wasn't on camera for any of it. He never, like, I would be doing like a bunch of different video ideas, you know, like for different things, right?
Yeah.
And it's not pranks, it's just like a bunch of it was more so of like whether it be original scenes or movie scene reenactments, you know. It was just like a bunch of different things, you know, stuff that, you know, was funny.
Right.
But watching the same prank over and over again on the same account, different video, but same prank, it gets repetitive.
It does.
And
I
it gets
imagine
boring.
that people probably, like you said, would find that boring.
You should see his comment section on some of those videos. You would see it would say that it's getting repetitive, it's getting boring because he's doing the same thing.
I wonder if it still gets the same traction though as the first one.
You know, he actually appeared on a radio show.
Oh, really?
And a
Huh.
podcast. He appeared on a radio show and a podcast, and that's where I found out where he lied about it, saying that the idea of that video that made him go viral, he basically it came to him in a dream, blah blah, X, Y, and Z, this and that.
Yeah, I can't believe someone took your idea, man. That's messed up.
I'm not even really bothered by it. It's just, you know, at least, you know, don't say that it was your idea when it wasn't. You know, don't say it was your idea when it wasn't.
Right. I was gonna kind of pivot topics a little bit here. I wanted to talk
Go ahead.
about something that I found that's suggested to me here that we might be able to talk about.
Mhm.
It's a little more controversial, I would say, freedom of speech versus the cancel culture, because all I hear on my social media is cancel culture. That's all I ever hear.
Bro, that's what I was basically getting into that with how sensitive today's society is.
Right.
Like nobody can handle the truth anymore. Like if somebody tells you the truth, cancel.
Yeah.
For what? For what? For telling the truth? Like what?
And then all those videos about people at the gym too, and like the girls will have the phone set up and like
The
yeah.
phone, the camera, yeah, I know. Like it's like some, like, you know, some guys just go there to work out, you know, like they zone out, they're not paying attention to what's going on around them, you know. Like have you ever zoned out to the point to where like you're not paying attention to like what you're looking at?
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, I think
Yeah.
that goes for everybody. They have a zone like that where they get locked in.
Mhm.
But that cancel thing, I've seen all these videos about people like getting canceled at the gym, as you mentioned. Like, it's like, hey, like we're just there to work out. We're not there to like look at you. Like, you know, it's just a thing that people are doing. They'll take anything they
Exactly.
can to try to like, I guess I don't know, if go viral or what, but like they'll take something and they'll just run with it. You know.
Speaking of cancel culture, me and my brother and some friends, we were talking about an app that was recently developed, and it basically talks about guys who like some chicks are basically saying like, oh, this guy's a weirdo, he does this, he does that, blah blah blah, and it's like, you know, basically ruining a guy's reputation.
That's
You
what
know?
it's designed for.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
Mhm.
A lot of people don't get the full context of someone, you know, like they don't even get a chance to meet who the person really is then. Like they just hear what everyone's saying about them.
Exactly. They just hear what other people say and then just immediately believe it to be true.
Man.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's not cool. Because I think, in my personal opinion, that people should like not just immediately believe what someone says about someone. Like they should actually get to know the person first. Um, because like you don't know who they are unless you actually meet them and interact with them.
Right, right. The whole purpose of that app is it's a dating app basically. Like, basically for women to warn other women about certain guys or whatever.
That's so weird, dude.
And there's no moderation,
At all?
none.
Man.
They can say whatever they want about a person. It could be the truth, it could be a lie, it could be whatever. That person who posted it, they make it what it seems to be. And then the person that they're saying that they're talking about immediately gets hit with it, right?
Man.
Because you know how girls are, you know how females are.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
gossip, they talk, right?
Yeah, that's
And
true.
one way or another, they're gonna find out. Not necessarily find out that you did something wrong, but like find something that somebody said just because of, like whether you saying, oh, you're not interested in them or whatever the case may be.
I see.
Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know there was an app that was developed like that. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I don't remember the name of it because obviously it's not meant for guys at all. They have a whole like verification thing for it, to show that you are actually female.
Really?
Because if you're a guy and you try to log on to it, it will deny you access because you're not female.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow, that's crazy.
Mhm.
Wow, like that opens up a whole world of conversation there though, because
Yeah.
like the whole
It's an
like
app made for women by women, is what the
damn.
tagline is basically supposed to be.
I mean, I have some controversial opinions on that. But
Oh, plenty. Believe me, I have plenty. But go ahead.
but yeah, I mean, I don't think that is something that we should really dive into because we might get a lot of flack for that. But
Black.
I mean, 'cause I don't know if I would choose the right words talking about that.
Mm.
But there's another topic I believe was on here on like some list of ideas here. So like I mean, we're just gonna throw it in the general like dating app like conversation like about dating apps and like finding
Mhm.
true love or like your partner for life, like your soulmate. Like, what are your thoughts on like dating apps and using that to find like your soulmate?
Maybe
Like, what do you think?
I know that I'm younger than you, but at the same time, maybe I just feel like I feel more old school. You know,
Right.
like whether it be bumping into somebody, at a grocery store, at a coffee shop, at the park, at whatever, just like bumping into somebody, in person, meeting them, right?
Yeah, it'd be a lot
Not, I'm
better to
not,
do it in
not
person.
now, that can be taken into a lot of different contexts, right? I'm not saying, oh, stalk this person and like find out when they're going to be at this place, at what time, what day, find out their routine, blah, 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 whatever, right? No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm
Right.
saying just, you meet somebody random, it doesn't have to be specifically that one person, you know?
Right. So you just you're saying like just so like you can meet someone um that they may not be
Working
your
at a bar or
soulmate.
something, Yeah, exactly. Like you just bump into somebody, you think they're beautiful or whatever, whatever the case may be, and just, start talking.
You see, what's interesting is that I met someone who has since become my best friend, my best female friend, and
Mhm.
like originally we weren't sure that we were going to be like a dating relationship or just like friends, but like after meeting we decided like hey like we're just better off as friends. But yeah, I met a really good friend through that. You know, like we met through a dating app, but then like after hanging out, we were like, hey, like we're better as friends. So I mean,
Oh yeah, no,
that person wasn't my soulmate. You know, like they're not someone that I would like see myself being in a relationship with, but they are a great person. So I wanted them in my life. So now we're good friends.
right. Like that's the same thing that happened for me as well when it came to my female best friend. Um, she's actually been to my house once, um, but I met her at a club, right?
Right.
She is my she is a friend of mine's ex, but that's besides the point. Me and her really grew to be really close friends.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can find some great female friends. I guess like I saw something today, I believe, earlier today where it was something on my phone. I don't remember if it was like a reel or something, but it said something like uh basically like you can have a female friend that is not someone that
Undead
like you're
said,
interested in as a partner, just as a friend.
hey Z,
Yeah.
Undead said that that's illegal in Canada.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but
Yeah, no,
I
go ahead.
I I know that there's a lot of like talk in the social media community where there are people that are saying like, hey, like you can't have a girl as a friend and not want something more with them. But like for me personally, I feel like you can. You can have a female friend and not want anything more than a friendship.
Yeah, that's another thing, right? Is that a lot of people think, oh, you're just waiting for it to be your turn. Sometimes, you know, a guy and a girl can be just friends, as Matt Rife has said.
Yeah.
That just means one of them's busted. But no, in all seriousness, it doesn't matter what the friends look like. Like it could be like two, you know, a guy that looks like a goddamn model, and then the female is like a fucking Victoria's Secret model. I don't know why I said that one, but you get what I'm saying,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, they could
But
be, yeah, like you're saying, that they could be. I mean, they could be friends. Like people can be friends. Men and women can be friends without having a connection deeper than that. Like it's
yeah,
possible, but a lot of people don't think it is. I've seen that on my social media that like a lot of people don't think it is to be friends with a female. Like it is possible. But Undead says referring to military use and non-hostile protests. So if you want to switch the topics and kind of pivot in that direction, we could do that. Because the military use and non-hostile protests, that is definitely a controversial topic right there.
yeah, I've already spoke my piece on that. That non-hostile protests, I would not side with the government on that one. I've already said my piece, and I've already
All
said
right,
why.
yeah. I was just thinking in my head, like, you see these movies about the military would come in on a non-hostile protest, like a peaceful protest, and they end up using force, and that's not good, like, but they never get held accountable to it, like it's really messed up. There are a lot of things that aren't right in that area, like that system. I mean, me personally, I've never been in a protest. I don't participate in those things, but I do know that people do
Neither do I.
that. I'm not very political myself, but a lot of people do that, and I know that with that, a lot of people don't like the people protest too. Like there's like also like a group of people that don't like that and they want to like hate on them and harm them in some way. I've seen a video. I don't know if you know this video where a guy took his truck and he ran down like a bunch of people that were protesting. I don't know if you've seen that video. It was a while back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm familiar with what that is from. It's from a TV show. I'm pretty sure.
Well, no, this is real life. Like it
Really?
happened in real life, yeah. Like
Because here's
he
the
got sent
thing.
to jail.
No. Here's the thing. The reason why I say it sounds familiar is because it's from a TV show as well as from a TV show called SWAT.
Oh, it
Um,
is?
and it's yeah, a few guys, right, go to a LGBTQ parade or whatever, like march, whatever it was. And these guys in these like heavy duty trucks had decided to, like they don't view, gays as equal or whatever, blah blah, right? I'm not saying that I agree with that at all. I'm saying this is the one time I will actually side with the government on this one because you don't just get to decide who lives and who dies
Right.
based off of sexual orientation, religious beliefs, or what's that other one? Ethnicity.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the government decisions and things, as far as like, as you may have mentioned a little bit earlier, in a roundabout way, like their decisions on actions with like using the military to like target certain people, like I don't think that they're always, in my opinion, very moral or ethical sometimes. Like I'm sure you probably experienced something that you in the military like you did not feel morally okay with, like ethically
I
okay
have.
with. You have? Okay.
I got sent to the break for that one, but yeah.
Well, would you elaborate on that, or what would you say?
On what brig means or what?
Well, what happened with that? Like, are you comfortable talking about that?
You didn't answer my question. I asked you, are you talking about what does the brig mean or
No, not the
the reason
brig.
why I got sent
The
to
the
the brig?
reason why.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it was during a extraction and it was more so of, like a mission that we had. We were so my lieutenant, right, was saying we need to go head on, charge the enemy. And I was like, that's not smart because they're heavily defended on the front. We should flank them, go from the back and the sides to encapsulate them and take them out that way. But my lieutenant said no, and so I had my own detachment. I did it my way. The lieutenant did it his way. He lost more men than I did, and because I was being insubordinate and defying a direct order, I got sent to the brig. So
Really? So has there been multiple instances where you have had something that you were ordered to do that you had conflicting beliefs with?
are we talking about military or just like day-to-day life?
Well,
Because I
military.
can say yes to both.
Military, first off.
Well, yes to both, first off. But yeah.
So on the military thing, is there another instance that happened that you could describe?
There was one instance during training was when, I didn't necessarily agree with them using certain words that they, try to use to break you. Because, some people, like, obviously, like, they can say whatever they want to say. But at the same time, if they talk about a dead family member, that in my book is a no, if that makes sense.
Right.
And that has happened.
Man, I feel like they have a lot of things they have you do that you don't really agree with. Is that fair to say?
Another thing that they have us do as punishment is mop the deck in a way. Like they tell us to. So basically, they say mop the sidewalk and like the entire outside of the barracks. They tell us to mop outside
Hmm.
when it was raining as punishment.
To mop it while it's raining?
Mhm.
So you basically can never get it mopped up then.
Pretty much, that was a punishment.
That's messed up.
Yeah, and I didn't agree with that, so I didn't do it.
What happened?
I got sent to the pit.
What's the pit? For those of you that don't
So
know, what's the
the
pit?
pit is like the pit is a sand pit, right? And basically, this was during training. This is where your drill instructor would give you different exercises to do until you physically cannot do it anymore. But even when you physically can't do it anymore, the drill instructor will still expect you to do more.
See. Seems like you had a few things happen there when you were in there.
I've had a few things happen.
Let's see here. What do you think about rebellious people? Like rebellious people in general. Just like as a society, there's always going to be like a group of people that are really
Like a
rebellious.
rebellion?
Yeah, like that. Like against the government or things like that. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, like I already said, I will not side with the government based on stupidity. I will
I
not
see.
side with either side based on stupidity of the action. You know? I
Right.
just go based off of common sense, that's all.
All right.
Morals and common sense.
Yeah, for me, like personally, like when it comes to the government and say like you watch these movies about people rebelling against the government, you got them
Mm.
throwing Molotov cocktails at like, the police
And they
cars
say
and
they're
everything like
part of the
that.
militia, yeah.
Yeah. So you have all these movies that are about that.
Mhm.
For me personally, like I'm gonna go with whatever I believe in, and I don't think personally that the government is doing the right things. I'm not political myself, but like I don't think that there's much that they're doing good. I think there's a lot more that they're doing bad. So
Right.
I think really, in my opinion, I think that we need younger people in the political field, like in the office. Like we need younger people that understand um, from our perspective, or at least close to our perspective of what it's like to be in our shoes. Because at our ages, my age and your age, people need to be able to understand where we're at in life right now and what we need in our life.
Mhm.
So
Like,
what would you say?
I would say, as long as people have common sense and use, you know, things that they believe in to a certain extent, like not like extremist,
Right.
like basically like in a way like forcing whether it be religion down somebody's throat or somebody's political beliefs down their throat, like as long as they go about it like sensibly, it's fine. But as soon as it gets extreme, then no.
Yeah. I mean, you could do it kind of peacefully then, express your opinion peacefully, without like going to
Yeah,
extreme measures.
yeah, like the guy that does the change my mind episodes.
I'm not too sure who you're referring to.
Oh well, anyway. So basically he says on some of his stuff is basically like change my mind on this topic, change my mind on that topic, right?
Oh, okay.
Um, like one of the episodes was there are only two genders. Change my mind.
Oh, I think I think I know who you're talking about. That
You know what
guy
I'm
that
talking
like
about
sits
now,
at the
right?
booth and like
Yeah,
people coming. Oh, that guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know him.
Like,
Yeah.
there was one person who said, "Well, you say there's only two genders, but there's a lot more." And then he counters with, "Okay, then tell me how many there are." And the person can tell him how many genders there are.
Yeah, I think I've
It's
seen
because
that video actually.
yeah, it's because in today's society, people come up with new genders every single day.
Yeah, they're all like binary and stuff, you know.
Actually, at
All
that
different
point, it's
names.
called non-binary. Thank you.
Oh, it is. Oh.
Yeah, because binary means two, non-binary means not two.
Ah, okay.
Literal translation, but yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. People like literally what I've seen is on apps now. It will tell you like gender, male, female, other, and I'm like, what other? Like, it's just one of like, in my opinion,
There- first,
this may like bring a lot of viewers away from the stream, but like, in my opinion, there's two genders. I mean, like biologically, there's male and female. That's it. So
like,
that's my
there
opinion.
are some people who like to have fun with the gender section on like those forums and stuff. Like, instead of saying male, female, or rather not say, they put other, and they'll put something hilarious there, like monkey, helicopter, turtle, um, atom, like ATOM, not ADAM. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Or uh, there was one time where somebody said well, a male reproductive organ. Let's just say that. Somebody's put that before.
Oh really?
Yeah, and it's been a meme that's been passed around.
Man.
Hmm.
I mean, like on all that, like I don't know. Like the companies that have those options available, they only offer those options because they know they need to please the public, and they need to like make sure that they're
Uh,
making money and having people join their program. So like they'll change
speaking
all their stuff for that.
speaking of making money, I swear to God, that brought me to another topic. That brought me to a backtrack. You know how I said what I do for work,
Right? Yeah.
and how I only get paid to do one person's job.
Right?
Here's the thing: the mother company, okay, of the place that I work at
Right?
makes $158 billion a year in profit.
Man. That's
That is
profit. That's not even revenue, that's
yes,
profit.
that's after paying taxes, bills, wages, product. That's
Well,
how much they're left over with
do you feel comfortable
every year.
disclosing your wage that you make right now?
Huh?
Do you feel comfortable disclosing the wage you make right now?
It's not much more of a cashier, to be honest. And cashiers don't make all that much.
Well, I feel like you're kind of leading into um, like the fact that they have all this money and they're not paying you more. Is that kind of what you're kind of getting into?
Not just that, but when I say, like, we need to hire a secondary person to do the same job as me, to, help prevent people from stealing and to make the store safer. Their
Right.
response to me was, "Oh, we can't afford to hire another person."
Can't afford. Yeah, they have money.
And then I said, "Oh, well, here's an idea. What about a training program for loss prevention officers to do basic hand-to-hand combat training, firearms training, you know, and basic detainment skills and negotiation?" Right? You know what they told me?
What did they say?
that's too expensive, and we don't have the funds to outsource somebody to do that. I was like, hello, I'm I have the qualifications to do it. You're not willing to use my skills to help you.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I don't know how they would know that that was too expensive for them. I don't think they would be able to know
Because
that.
they're thinking about outsourcing to another company to do that instead of using what's already available to them.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, that's crazy that they won't do that. Let's see here. Let me see if we've got some other topics here. Interesting idea to talk about. I don't know if this affects you personally, but what are your thoughts on credit card companies and like collections and all of that?
Depending on if you're smart with your money or not.
So for me, like I have a lot of debt personally. Like I have a student loan, I have multiple credit cards, and I personally, at this moment in time, I am in a financial situation to where I'm not able to make payments on things. So in that aspect of things, like I can't get ahead. I'm kind of stuck right now. That's the way it is for me right now.
Right. Me, I have a couple of debts. Not really a couple. I've got a debt, one major one, and that's my car loan.
Oh yeah. How much do you have left on that?
Like 12.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah, that's a lot.
that's the major one that I have.
How many credit cards do you have? Just like a general ballpark of how many credit cards do you have?
Zero, none.
Oh, okay. See, for me, I have like 9, I think, like 7 or 9.
Nine?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's really bad.
At least it's
But
not like one of my buddies who has like 20 credit cards.
20? I don't even
Yeah.
think there's that many issuers. Like, where does he get them from? Like, what?
There's it's not just the issuer, it's how like Discover, you got Discover A, you got Discover blah blah this and that, and then you got the what's the split one, the cashback one, the blue and green one.
Blue and green one. Hmm.
But regardless,
I'm
you know what
not
I'm
sure.
talking about, right?
Kind
You know
of.
how like
Yeah.
for instance, American Express,
Right. Yeah.
for instance, you know how they have the platinum, the gold, and the black card?
Right.
It's essentially him having the same credit card from the same issuer, but different tiers or levels.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I have the Amex Gold Card for business, but since I stopped making payments on that, those accounts got closed out. But I still owe money to them. But yeah, originally that was going to be a good idea for my business, but when I got financially behind, that kind of halted things on progress on that.
Right.
Yeah, financial companies like that with debt. Let me just say, I think that I think personally, I know that Canada, I believe, does this, but I think that schooling should be free for the people. Like schooling and
That's
student
called
loans,
public
that
school,
should
but
be
yeah.
free.
That's called public school, but yeah.
Yeah, but like the loans I took out for
There's
my
like free school,
college,
but
like
there's public school.
well, the loans I took out for college, like I owe a
Oh,
lot
you're
of
talking
money
about,
with that.
okay. Yeah.
I wish it was free,
So you're talking about,
like the college.
okay, yeah. Well, I mean, they have Pell Grants, they have scholarships, you know, financial aid.
Well, for me, I took Pell Grants and I have financial aid too, but I still owe those debts back to them. So it's a lot, but I can't pay it right now, so that's kind of like where I'm at.
You don't pay back Pell Grants.
Well, you don't pay back Pell Grants, but the debt that I took out for the student loans, I still have to owe, and that's currently
Financial
about.
aid basically reduces the amount that you have to pay,
I mean,
and Pell Grants is
that helps too.
money that you apply for to go to college.
Yeah, that helps too. But for me personally, like I still owe like 27K on student loans.
27
Yeah,
grand.
and I
Oh,
can't pay that.
that's
Like
disgusting.
I can't pay that right now. They're asking me for a minimum payment of like $1,000, and I'm like I can't. Like I can't. I literally can't. Like I have a house here. Like I can't. Um. Yeah, like I got to pay a high car insurance bill this month because I had to skip a month because of financial difficulty, and that made me have to have a payment plan with them, which led me to have a couple months of higher bills on that.
Dude, I just made my car payment today.
How much?
$500 a month.
On just the car, not the insurance.
Just the car. That's just the car
Damn,
payment.
dude.
And then I put in gas today, which was a lot lower than I normally would run it to. But that was $60.
$60.
And then my doctor's appointment was another, yep, $60 from empty to full.
Because mine
And
is
then
62 for
my
full tank.
doctor's. Shut up. You have a V6. Okay. Calm down. But no, $60 to fill up my gas tank, $60 for my doctor's appointment, $500 for my car payment,
Man.
and I still need to get the AC kit, which comes with lines and a condenser, right? For like what, $400 or $500, and then AC compressor for another $380.
Are you like living alone or paying rent or
I live with family,
okay?
thankfully.
So
But,
you don't pay rent then?
I do help out whenever I can, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
See,
and then
for
my
me,
insurance.
go ahead.
For my insurance, every 6 months. At first, when I first got my insurance, it was $1,900 every 6 months.
1900.
Yeah, $1,900.
What is it now?
1,400 for 6 months.
Okay. For me, my car insurance is a lot more. I mean, typically every month
If you do the math out, yeah, to per month basis, yeah, it's a little cheaper.
Do you use USAA then?
No, I'm a mom's insurance, which we are on Progressive right now.
Well, I would say with your previous military, USAA would be a good choice. The cheapest
Yeah,
in
it
the
would
nation.
be if I was living alone. It would be
Oh,
if I
so
was living alone.
you have to live alone for that, huh?
Yeah.
Hmm. But yeah, for me personally, usually it's about 260, 270 a month for my car insurance. But this month it's 470. So yeah, it's a bit of a high one this month.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to the topic list we have here, let me see here. A lot of controversial. It's more controversial stuff here that's telling me here.
Yeah, I'm still
What?
looking at your. I'm still looking at your. I'm still looking at your wallpaper, and it's hilarious
The wallpaper?
on your desktop.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's hilarious. I can't get over it. It's funny.
Let's see here. There's a lot of different topics here.
Oh, somebody showed up yesterday
At your work?
when I was at work. When I was at work, somebody showed up there,
Oh yeah.
and you know her.
Yeah. Controversial as fuck.
And me and my brother, we've been talking about, oh, do you think if she knows that I know you? And I'm just like, I don't know.
I don't think she does.
I don't think so either. I don't know.
It is strange though, for sure.
Yeah, that's what, twice in 2 weeks or twice in a week or something like that.
She goes to that often? Wow.
I don't know.
Hmm.
Ever since I saw what your ex looks like, excuse me. Ever since I saw what your ex looked like, I've been noticing her showing up quite a bit.
Hmm. That's odd.
Yeah.
Huh.
Does anybody else in your chat have crazy exes? Or is it
We can
just
find
us two?
out. Undead, do you have any crazy exes in the chat? Like, do you have any crazy exes that are in your life? Seems like today is a bit of a slower chat, but usually we get a little bit more viewers today, but I don't know. A lot of these topics I'm looking up right now, they're very like controversial for sure. One of them is see, Undead does not have any crazy exes apparently. But let's see here. One of these is like technology detox versus streaming your life 24/7. So like basically you're preaching about being offline, but you're also live, like streaming your life. Like it's a controversial topic because it's like, hey, like you tell people you're gonna detox and not be around technology, but then you are streaming your life. So like for me personally, like if I was gonna detox, like I would actually detox. Like I don't see a reason to like lie about that and not actually follow through. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion on that. Because if you're gonna tell people that you are going to take a break from social media and detox and just kind of put away your technology, I think that's a good thing to do. I think that's a good thing to practice sometimes, but because technology has really become in my opinion, a very big distraction from our lives as a human being, and I think that that we should really um, take a break sometimes from technology and just kind of embrace what it is to be human. You know, go to the park sometimes and watch the stars at night. You know, like have a nice moment. You know, just really embrace what it is to be human. But that's my personal opinion there. I'm gonna go ahead and look up any other opinions, or sorry, any other topics that we can dive into here. It looks like my co-host here is currently on mute, so we'll have to kind of see
Oh,
what's
oops.
going on
Hello.
with that. It's
I was
you.
saying.
Did you
Oops.
mean to mute?
Yeah, I was on the phone. My mom
Oh,
had a
okay.
question.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but no. I was trying to say, based off of what you said, right? I was saying that a lot of these kids nowadays, because you were talking about touching grass, a lot of the kids these days are iPad kids.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're brought up with
And
the
they
iPad.
never had to, play outside or be forced to drink from the water hose
Yep.
because that was the
Yep.
only source of water that they had.
Yeah, definitely. Um, you literally said touch grass. Yep, that's true. Yeah, I think that people that are brought up now in today's world, people that are much younger than you and I, people I would say that are about 10 years younger than you and I, it's a totally different thing for them because
It is.
they grew up with technology right off the bat. Like for me,
Exactly.
I experienced like a flip phone and I was around like rotary phones for a little bit, but
Same
like
here. Flip phones, rotary phones, brick phones. Like I was
yep,
there for the end of MySpace.
for the end, yeah, I remember getting on
Like
that
the
too.
very, very end.
I remember jumping
And then
on
it
there
was
and
from MySpace to Facebook.
I created an account on there and I was like, hey, like what is this? And so I know what you mean about that, the last era of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy because kids now, like, they don't understand what it was like to just live without technology in your face all the time.
Like another thing is that nowadays with, like these like automated change your background again.
It auto changes, dude.
It just
It's on a
changed to the one
timer,
with the
yeah.
big
It just does that. Yep.
Okay, but no, I'm saying with how like nowadays you got like the automated text from like the like the 4, 5, 6 digit numbers,
Oh yeah. Yep.
typically around like 4 digits, 5 digit numbers,
Right.
for like advertisements or blah 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 this and that, right?
Yeah.
So back then, right, you could go on a phone, right, whether it be a rotary phone or whatever, right? If that house had a landline, you can go on that rotary phone or whichever phone it is, dial your house number, and it will directly connect you to the landline at that house. But
Hmm.
nowadays you can't.
A lot of people don't even have landlines nowadays. They all have their cell
That's
phones.
another thing. That's another thing.
Like a lot of people don't even know what a landline is. If you ask someone who's 12 years old, 13 years old, you're like, hey, like, what is
Bruh,
a landline? They're like, what? What is that?
bruh. It, I think I still have the old landline that we used to use all the time. It was a rotary phone too.
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh.
It's in storage somewhere.
Huh.
Like those like sidekick phones,
Psychic phones? What do you mean?
the sidekick or whatever, you know, where like you slide the phone to one side and then it pops out like a full size keyboard.
Oh, those like the Blackberries?
Yeah,
Kind of like that, yeah.
there's
Okay.
like a sidekick where like instead of like the normal phone number keypad, you slide it to one side and then you turn it and you have a full blown keyboard.
Yeah, what about those?
I had one.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I
Well,
used one, but
technically
I
it
didn't
wasn't
have.
mine. Technically, it wasn't mine. It was my mom. My mom had one, and my grandma had one. But you know, I used to play Snake on it all the time.
Oh really? Huh.
Yeah, I did. And my first phone was a brick phone, right? You know,
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
little track phone, brick phone, mini things that you had to pay minutes for texts and calls and such. That was my first phone, and I was a texting god on that thing. Like I had that phone when people were just getting the like iPhone 3, iPhone 4.
That old man, dude. Like
Yeah,
I think iPhone. The first iPhone came out in what, like 2014 or something like that, or 2008,
maybe
something
it
like
was the
that.
first iPhone.
Huh. It's been a while. I was curious what your thoughts are on something that I just looked up. Like cryptocurrency in general. What are your thoughts on that? Like Bitcoin, Ethereum, all of that.
I don't have any. 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 I just said I don't have any.
But you've never invested previously though, like ever.
Undes. Oh, I was about to say Undes said what's a landline? It's a joke. Dang.
Yeah, yeah, a landline.
Yeah.
Was the landline?
Oh, that's one thing I hated about landlines is that your parents could listen in on the phone.
Right, yeah, they'd pick it up and they'd be like, "Hey, like, who you
Bruh.
talking to?"
Exactly. Or like they would just listen in, right? And if you're talking to a female, right? They're like, "Ooh, is that your girlfriend or whatever?" And
Man,
it's
they're
like,
up in your business, dude.
exactly. I
You know?
hated that. I hated that.
Man. Yeah, the landline stuff. Yeah, I remember that because I would, as a kid, I would pick up the landline. I'd pick up the phone and just like listen in, but I'd be quiet. I'd like hold my hand over the mic. And I'd be like just listening in. I'd
Yeah.
be like, "Hey."
The So it wasn't the rotary phone, but it was the other type of phone, right? The one that you could take off the base and such,
Oh yeah.
right? Um, on the one that we had a mute button.
Hmm.
You could probably
Yeah,
get where I'm
mute.
going with this.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It was fun when I did it, but when someone did it to me, it was not that funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Interesting topic here. What are your thoughts on electric vehicles versus gas-powered vehicles?
Hate them.
You hate them?
Hate them. Hate them.
Okay, so like electric vehicles, I hate them too because honestly, they're not much more efficient than gas ones. Like really, like economy scale wise, like they're just not really as great as people think they are.
Dude, I was sitting at the gas station to fill up my car from empty to full, and it took me about 5 minutes.
Yeah,
If you drove an electric car from full to empty and charge it, you'd be sitting there for hours.
multiple hours.
Yes.
Man.
Somebody's already done the test, so don't ask me how I know. Somebody's already did the test. I didn't do it.
Yeah, yeah, that I get that the charge time sucks on those, but also like I don't like that there's a sound, like a weird sound when they're running. Like there's this sound when you hit the gas. Like it sounds like a electronic device. Like I don't know, like
Ooh.
it sounds weird. It sounds like a UFO coming in. It's weird.
Here's a topic for you.
What's that?
So you know how you mentioned electric cars and gas cars?
Yeah,
Hybrids, such as the
hybrids.
BMW i8.
The i8, man. Hmm.
Yes.
I mean, I don't like hybrids in general, honestly, because like I don't like when
Or
they
the new
switch from
Acura
that.
NSX.
Mm, I
Like
don't
those are
know.
two sports cars that should have been made pure gas and much more powerful than it actually is.
Hmm.
But they decided to stick a hybrid system into it.
Yeah, the hybrid systems I don't like because it sounds weird when they engage the hybrid system. When they engage the electronic system, it doesn't sound too good. Um,
Yeah. Like
I have a
a
thing against electric vehicles. Okay, I don't like them.
like a BMW sports car or like a BMW that looks like a supercar with a 3-cylinder.
Hmm.
Yeah, the i8 has 3 cylinders.
Really?
Yes. It's a turbo 3-cylinder.
How much power does that make? Do you know? Because like I didn't think it was 3 cylinders.
It is. Let me look up the factory horsepower number.
That's crazy. I had no idea that made that much power. But it's technically a supercar. So how can it
Yeah.
have 3 cylinders then?
So, combined with the 1.5-liter 3-cylinder turbocharged gasoline motor and 2 electric motors, it has a collective horsepower of 369.
That's all it has.
Yes. and the gas motor alone only produces 228 horsepower,
So the total power of the vehicle is the 300 something?
which is the same power level as a Subaru BRZ or a Toyota 86.
Yeah, it's not great. And
Yeah.
how much do those run for usually? How much people paying for those things?
Cost
Yeah.
wise, MSRP original MSRP for the coupe is 147.5 for the coupe.
Man. You pay all that money for what then? Because you have the same
For the
power as like
roadster,
your car or my car. Like
for
what?
the roadster, the convertible top or whatever, the convertible is 163.3 for original MSRP.
That's crazy.
But if you look at like a used example with like high miles or something, you can find it for under 40,000. But if you want low miles and good condition, 90 grand or more.
Man. Well, why would you spend that much money to buy a car that has the same power as like what we drive? You know, like what? I don't get it.
Same power that we have. What are you talking about? I have
Well, you
100
said like
more horsepower than you.
300 something.
Yeah, 369.
Well, I
And
mean,
228 is to the crank, by the way.
well, if you compare it to your car, I mean, your car would be a much better buy, you know, because why would you spend all that money to buy the same amount of horsepower that you're buying, you know?
I mean, think about it. 90,369 horsepower.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
20,450 horsepower.
Cause you got yours for 20.
Yeah, I got my Camaro for 20. We've already talked about it.
Yeah. The viewers don't know, that's why I say that. But yeah, it's pretty good for your car. Good price on there.
Yeah. Except the AC don't work, and it's the hottest time of the year right now.
You want to talk about something that is a little more controversial? Gun control. What do you think about that? Like conceal and carry and stuff like that.
Okay.
All the thing about gun rights.
This gun control thing, right? Provided that you're not mentally unstable or, for the lack of a better term, stupid with, firearm safety, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're incompetent with firearm safety. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As long as you don't check those boxes, you're fine.
What about like
You know what I'm saying?
people that like say that a husband and wife, like the husband has a gun license, like his conceal and carry license, and they give their gun to the wife, like temporarily, and then the wife ends up using it.
For self-defense purposes, yeah, that's fine. But if it's like, oh, I'm gonna go out and murder somebody, yeah, no.
Yeah, that's not good. You know, you see all these school shootings and stuff, and like shootings at mass events, and it's like
Which is why I love what the local police department is doing with gun safety.
What are they doing?
You don't even have to own a gun, but it's beneficial if you own a gun. They give you a little like box safe that you can like, that's like the size of like a keyboard, give or take.
Okay.
You know your keyboard on your PC? Yeah, it's about the size of that, if not a little bit smaller. Yeah. But that's all I'm saying. Like, with our local police department doing that as like a gun safety thing, I think that's beneficial because because the parent that has a firearm in a house with kids, they can easily lock their firearm away in that safe and stow it away and keep the key on them.
Right.
Personally, I think that's smart.
Hmm.
And I applaud our police department for doing it.
Definitely. What are your thoughts on minimum wage and let's just say restaurant people that work in restaurants, like tipping and all of that? Because I have a lot to say on that.
I know how that feels because I used to work at Olive Garden. I'm gonna name blast them because I can, because I don't work there anymore. I
You were
used
a
to work at
server?
Olive Garden. Yes,
Oh man,
and my base
what was
pay was
that
like
like?
$2 and some change.
What was that like?
On slow nights, it was terrible. No tips, nothing. But on good nights, yeah, I got tipped pretty okay.
Hmm. Yeah, for me, I feel personally that businesses should pay the wage for the employees. They shouldn't rely off of tips off of customers.
You know they don't do that in Germany, right?
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, in Germany they don't do tipping. Same with Japan,
I think like
and I
in those
believe
countries,
Korea as well.
if you tip them, then that is offensive to them, right?
Well, in Japan, I know for sure. Korea, I believe, does the same thing where they don't do like if you tip, it's a sign of disrespect.
Hmm.
But in Germany, I don't know what their thought process is on it, but I know that they don't tip. They actually pay their servers a good wage.
Well, I don't know how the U.S. gets away with that, with tipping, or sorry, allowing people to make like two something an hour. Like, what's up with that?
Especially with inflation.
Yeah, it's not good.
Hmm.
How long were you at Olive Garden for?
Um, for the better part of a year, I would say.
Okay. I've never done serving. I was a cook a couple times, but not serving. Let's see.
Yeah. But no, you should experience what it's like to be a server because if you got a night where you have nobody at your tables, right,
Right.
and you just got your base pay as a paycheck, because I don't know about you, but $2 and some change times 40 hours a week, that's only $80, roughly.
$80 for 40 hours.
Yes, and
That's
that
pretty
is
bad.
gross income. That is gross income.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Mm-hmm. That's not even with taxes taken out.
And here's the topic for you. It's kind of like off topic from what we talked about so far, but what are your thoughts on recreational drugs like marijuana and stuff like that?
If you're using it safely, whether it be for medical use, like, medical use, yeah, but if you're like, let's say like you're doing it like just to do it, like as long as you're in a safe environment and you're not um gonna drive or like you don't have any weapons, like no firearms, no knives, nothing, right?
Right?
Then I think it should be okay to a certain degree. Like to not to a point to where you overdose, but like a moderate amount.
Well, in this state, it's illegal, and it has been for quite some time. I think a lot of
I
that
know.
has to do with the fact that we're in the Bible Belt as well. But yeah, like I don't know if Kansas will ever allow that really.
Well, here's the thing though. Since 2019, the state of Kansas, if you're above the age, if you're 21 years or older, You can permitless carry concealed.
Hmm.
Now, I'm not saying if anybody's watching from like any other part of the country, check your local gun laws because not every state is the same.
Yeah, it depends on
Some
the state.
states allow you to conceal carry without a permit, provided that you're above the age of 21. And some states allow you to open carry, provided that you're at least above the age of 18, at least 18 or older, depending on your state. Some of it, can vary. And I know for a fact that California is prohibited open carry. Concealed carry, I'm not sure, but I know that there are some states that, allow you to conceal carry without a permit, but other states they're required to have a permit.
Hmm.
Yes, I did my research. I was doing some research.
That sounds good. Try again here and see what we get.
What are your thoughts about that, though?
Well, I think that Kansas should legalize it because I don't think there's really any like negative things really compared to like harder stuff like cocaine, heroin, those kind of things. Like marijuana is not something that we should have illegal. I mean,
It's
it doesn't really harm people.
it's a natural growing plant, though. To be honest, like, yeah, there are different strains because people have done gene splicing, but the plant in its purest form is a natural growing substance.
Hmm. It is, yeah. But I don't think that it should be illegal. But because we're in the Bible Belt, I don't know. I mean, at the federal level, I don't even know if they'll even do that
Now
ever
that's another
for a
thing.
while.
Good good thing you brought up federal level because here's the thing, right? In most states, federal law supersedes state law.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So there's a little bit of a loophole.
a little bit. However, it also boils down to your jurisdiction, you know, whether the police department in your jurisdiction wants to enforce state law over federal law or vice versa.
I see.
Hmm.
Let's see here.
I know I say I'm not political, but I like to do my research when it comes to laws and such.
Well, there are some things that you could talk about without being like overly political. So there's that too.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for, like, I say people like us, to learn local laws and such to, not be on the bad side of everything.
Right?
So, yeah.
Let's see. Huh. Okay. What are your opinions on like the people that are CEOs? They make like a ton of money, millions or billions of dollars, and then you have
I've
the
already
people
discussed
that
this.
well, yeah, but I, in my opinion, I guess I'll just say my opinion real quick. So, my opinion
Yeah.
on like, say, like Jeff Bezos, for instance, like he makes a ton of money, billions of dollars, and
Hmm.
the people that work for him, they don't make that much comparatively at all. I mean, I think like I've seen some listings, some job listings of people making like 22 an hour, and like that's nothing compared to what he makes.
So,
So,
like, when we first got our Amazon warehouse here,
right?
the the pay for when we first got it was like what, 14 to maybe $17 an hour.
Hmm.
That was when we first got the warehouse, though.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't make me very like thrilled to think about like how much money they're making, how much money we're getting if you're working for them, because they make so much money. They don't need all that money, you know? Like he's buying like yachts and everything. They don't need that money. They can
Yeah,
pay
they
their
really
workers
don't.
more.
But you know how you said CEOs and corporate suits make billions or millions. You know, they make a ton of money.
They do. Yeah.
Exactly, and I've already stated this before. Is because those corporate suits and CEOs, they take the profit, like I mentioned, with where I work. The mother company makes $158 billion in profit each year, right? Give
Right.
or take a couple billion. Okay. Now, those corporate suits and CEOs, they take the money that they earned in profit, they take that and put it into stocks for themselves, thus making themselves richer, not
Hmm.
helping the people who work for them. Does
So
that make sense?
would you say the people that make the most money then, millions or billions of dollars, they don't help out us, you know, at all? They really look at
Not
it
all of them.
from
Not.
themselves.
I wouldn't say all of them do that, but I can say for sure like a good majority of them do.
I mean, what are your thoughts on like people like Elon Musk?
Um, so far from what I've heard is that he does not actually have any money to his name technically. He just borrows against his stocks.
I see.
Like he takes a loan and uses his stocks as collateral.
Well, I wonder like what house he has. You know, like what pay for his house, like his
His
personal
stocks.
money, and his stocks.
His stocks. I already said that.
So he borrowed on his house against
He
the stocks
borrowed
then.
money from the bank. No, he borrowed money from the bank and used his stocks as collateral
Oh, okay. Yeah.
to get a loan for his house.
You know how much his house is worth? I never even looked up his house. I don't even know what it looks like. Is
I
that
think it's
even
like
publicly information? Public information?
4.3 million, I think.
House. I heard at one point. I thought I saw that he had like a tiny home at one point.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that one is in Texas, and
Hmm.
that one is quoted to be 50,000.
Hmm.
But the house that he had back in California, right?
Yeah.
That one, he did this with his other house as well, technically, because he had he had did the similar thing. So his previous house in California, the one that he borrowed, he took a loan from the bank and used his stocks as collateral. He sold it for over $130 million,
Man.
and then he bought a house in Texas for 35 million, and then took the rest of the money that he sold the house in California, not only to repay his loan, like repay his debt to the bank, right?
Right.
But to also put it into stocks to make himself richer.
I think he's kind of smart with his strategy of things, you know. But imagine
It
having
is
that much
smart, but
money
the
though.
thing is I'm not saying that. I'm saying it is smart to do things like that, but however, to a normal person like us, right? We don't have we don't have stocks like that. We don't have money like that, to buy stocks like that.
Right. Well, imagine being the CEO of a company like Tesla. You know, like he took a risk on that.
Uh,
I saw a documentary about it a long time ago.
let me tell
He
you.
took a big risk on that company. But Undead says, talking about Elon Musk, what about the worldwide Starlink outage for a few hours?
Oh yeah, that happened last month.
Did it? I didn't even hear anything about it.
Mhm. It was Thursday, July 25th.
Hmm. Did it get like hacked or something?
Um, it was caused by a failure of internal software.
Hmm. Kind of sounds like
Um,
a roundabout way to say that they were hacked.
yeah, in a way.
Hmm. Yeah, Starlink. I've seen that in action, and I don't know. Like, I don't know if I would really subscribe to that though. I think it's pretty pricey, isn't it?
Yeah,
Hmm.
it went out for 2.5 hours on Thursday.
That's a long time for it to be out.
2.5 hours. Um,
Like, how do they even fix that? They just like do a over-the-air update or something? Like, 'cause they can't go
Possibly,
to the
but
satellite and do that.
that doesn't add up. It says Thursday, July 25th this year. July 25th this year is on a Friday.
Hmm.
Maybe they had the date wrong.
Maybe. Let me see here. What other topics we might have here?
Undead said that he ain't paying for it.
Oh yeah. You're not paying for it, man? Yeah, I'm not either, honestly.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hmm. Let's see. You have a topic you want to talk about?
There's quite a few, but thing is it safe?
Is it safe? Will it get me demonetized?
Oh, I could talk about my coworker.
I mean, if you want to.
Like, not just like coworker in general, but like people who are two-faced, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What do you think about that? Like somebody who you help, but then like, you know, something comes up where you're unable to help them like you wanted to, and then they turn around, you know, and talk bad about you after you just help them.
Yeah, I don't like people like that because they'll use you for what you can provide to them, and they'll turn around and backstab you. I don't like that.
Hmm. Neither do I.
Yeah, those kind of people, like, especially in the workplace, it sucks because you have to go into work. And if you find out that that happened, like, you know what they're doing, and you have to see them every day, that sucks too. Because, like, you know, you're trying to work and you're trying to make a living, you're trying to support yourself, and you have to go in there and like deal with that drama too.
Uh-huh.
That sucks.
You're probably wondering why I was laughing.
Why was that?
Because I just came across this post on my Facebook. This like page posted, I wish women had OBD2 ports so we could see what's wrong with them.
You had to scan it and diagnose it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. OBD2, not OBD1. OBD1 sucks.
Dude, you know what's funny about my old car?
What?
It's 2 years newer than my current car. My old car was a 2017 Elantra, right?
Hmm.
So my old car was a 2017 Elantra. My current car is a 2015 Chevy Camaro. Okay? Now, my Camaro only has OBD2.
Hmm.
My last car, my Elantra, had both OBD1 and OBD2.
How's that both?
I don't know. The OBD1 port was underneath the hood and OBD2 was underneath the dash.
That's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I thought they discontinued OBD1 like back in like '08 or something.
Well, it's a Korean car.
Hmm. It's odd.
Huh?
I said that's odd. That's odd
Yeah.
that they are having OBD1 and the car's that new.
Yeah, it was a 2017.
Huh.
And if you look at my Discord photo, you like I told you before, that's what I wanted my car to look like, but I never got it there.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Well, do you have any other topics you want to discuss on here? Usually I try to keep my streams about 2 hours long.
How long have you been streaming for?
2 hours and 5 minutes.
Unless somebody in your chat has something to suggest, I am fresh out of ideas.
All right. Well, with all that being said, I want to thank you all for watching this stream here. Go ahead and check out Satin. Miss Gina will be linked in the description on YouTube here. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the first podcast. There will be many more like this. So stay tuned for future podcasts. Thank you for watching.
Yep. Stay tuned. We will doing a playthrough here soon.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Catch you later, bro.
All right.